Live. Welcome to another episode of Financial Talk in the house. What's up, family? We back.
What's up? What's up? Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man. What you doing, man? I see you traveling. You traveling the world right now. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out, just chilling right now.
Is job, vacation, a little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yeah, you got to squeeze a little
Like
fun
always
time
got
with
to
the
mix
work.
them in, sprinkle it in.
Yeah. Got to, man. That's good, man. So, how was your week? What you think about last week with the earnings and it did a little nosediving last week, So, what you think? What's your recap on last week
Like I
in the
said,
stock
I wasn't
market?
too invested in it. I just had my long term stuff, and that's all I was rocking with. So I didn't get into any quick plays and nothing like that. So I wasn't watching it too heavy. And besides, I knew I was going to be traveling and everything, so I didn't want to get in a position, and then having to try to find Wi-Fi or whatever to watch something. So I just left it
Yeah.
alone.
Just that's the good thing about long term. Long term, you don't have to get caught up in the day to day, the hustle and the bustle and the grind and the skill.
Yep.
That's the beautiful thing of the long term.
Yep.
It eases your mind a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
you know, and I definitely that's the real goal. Well, to me, I got a short term and long term goal. Of course, the long term goal it is what it is, But the short term goal, I think my day to day grind is to add more to the long term for the long term goal. You know what I'm saying? Like so,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely that day to day grind it'll tear you up, especially when you learning it and don't have it all together. Once you get it all together and you got your a well-oiled machine, it's a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you've been in it long, and you start knowing these things like the back of your hand, then things get easier. But as you're learning and grinding and investing and getting all this information at the same time, that makes it more of a grind.
Yep. For sure. For sure.
Well, what's your thoughts? I said the topic tonight. We're talking about the election and how it affects it, who it affects it, certain, just different things. So, how you feeling, man? It's hours away. What's going on over there?
Yeah. I'm feeling fine. Honestly, I really am. It's not. Um, it plays. It play. Whoever wins plays a part of my strategy, but it's not. It's not my strategy. It's not the whole
Yeah,
strategy.
yeah,
So I'm just for stock market purposes. I'm playing it both ways. You know, each candidate has things that they want to push when if they become president, and others have stuff that they don't want to push. So that's kind of the game we play when it comes to the election. It's like you position yourself for who's going to win, and then those stocks that they're going to be, well, not really stocks, but the industries that they're
mhm,
looking to push, and then you make sure you have stocks in those industries so you can catch the wave when it starts.
yeah. Just being in position, and that's what the market is mainly about. Always putting yourself in position. That's the election. That's any kind of news, and then sometimes that's even before the news. If you can get in position before the news even breaks, you even in a better position. And
Yep.
that's when you really have to nose dive and be deep into what this whole thing is about. Because
Yep.
I like to tell people when it makes Facebook or when it becomes popular, you missed the major money.
For the
It's
most
already
part,
late.
yeah.
The people that was been sitting in that position and waiting on it to pop are already about to chop it off. You
Yep.
know, so you miss it out. Yeah, man, I tripped out when I see you post about a joke about post about what I posted, but I didn't even know. Like when I popped on that Robinhood, they had the buying contracts for who you think gonna win. That was like I'm like, man, and then they charge you 1 cent per whatever contract you get. So I'm like,
Hmm.
boy, they raking in millions of dollars just by setting up something like that quick. And
Oh
I,
yeah.
I I think this is the first time it ever happened. I don't know, like 4 years ago, I definitely don't remember seeing nothing like that on no Robinhood or any other. I don't even know if the other brokerages are doing it. I think it's just Robinhood, but most of the time when one person do it, another person do it. I haven't checked my Charles Schwab to see if they're doing it. What do you think about that though? Like you can buy contracts on who you think you're going to win, and I think the payout, you don't get your payout until January 8th, I believe. So even if you win, your payout won't be issued until January 8th. What do you think? I mean, of course, they can't lose because they're making a penny per whatever, how many of a contracts, and it's millions and millions and millions of contracts being bought. So that's a lot of easy, free money for Robinhood. But just that idea and that setup. What do you think about that?
Man, I think it's bound to happen, right? We bet on everything. Like America bets on everything. So it was bound to happen. So I don't see it as a bad thing, it's just another way to make money or lose money. It's speculation. That's the difference with this one. This one's speculation, right? So this one, like, doesn't matter what the news say, none of that plays a part in it. It's all about what people vote. So you're just betting or hoping to bet that people vote the way you think they're gonna vote. And like that, I don't like it. That's not something I get down with. So I'm not putting my trust in people like that. So that's not how I roll. So I left it alone. I ain't messing with the contracts on that.
Yeah, I put a little something into it. Me, I'm very high end on the risk on everything. So I'm kind of, when I seen it, I had to dump in. I dumped in some more yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I average cost in. You feel me? So my average went down because it dropped over the weekend. It dropped, but then today it shot back up. So I'm already in the green. You know what I'm saying on that? But yeah, it was just I ain't do no life change, but
yeah,
I put a little something in. You know what I'm saying, just to see how it go. Just because because I got money in on my candidate anyway, because I put more money into his stock today too, because I'm saying it's gonna shoot up. What you know what I'm saying?
What's funny about that? I shorted that stock today.
It's been going down. It shot up to like 44 last week, and then it went back down to 30. I bought some more today when it hit 30, I think. But I'm still I got in at 12, so I think my average cost still at like 15. Even though I've been buying up. But so I put more into that today. I thought I bought a few more contracts. So I got a little money in on it. It ain't no secret. I'm either make some money or I'm gonna lose some money. You know what I'm saying? Because his overall stock, if you don't win, it's gonna crash.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm got my stops in place in case he win or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't. Like I said, honestly, it really doesn't matter for my overall investment.
Yeah. Not the overall big picture. It's just something fun and cute for a little change. And like I got no crazy life changing money into it, but I threw it in there. But what I was saying about I know this particular, like you said, particular stocks is going. I think overall the market gonna do what the market gonna do, but it is particular industries that's gonna shoot up even faster depending on who wins or loses, what I'm saying? So like just saying I got money into like these little things we just talked about, but I've been putting more money into crypto too, because if the person wins that I think gonna win, crypto market gonna shoot up. Because he's already talked about putting money in US, the government, the government, he want to put money into crypto. So, just stuff like that when so that's when okay, well, if I believe he's gonna win, let me do that. If he didn't believe in it, I wouldn't be thinking about crypto, because that's not a candidate for crypto. And that's just kind of what you're saying. Like, you might be one candidate, she might be more like healthcare. So I know like healthcare, NVIDIA, stuff like that. Those will be good things, and I'm definitely. I just got some more NVIDIA today when they dropped too, or was it? Yeah, I think was that Friday. No, that was today. That was today when the video was dropping. So I'm averaging costing into that too, because I know industries like that going to blast off if she was to win. And that's what we mean about just understanding it, and that comes with time, because I still an infant in it, so I don't know exactly everything I should be in if he win, or everything I should be in if she win, but I know that's when you're looking at those things. But like I say, overall, you in the SPY, you in certain things. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Like the blue chip companies, they're gonna correct a little bit, and then they're gonna take back off to to wherever they're gonna go. So it's not like it changes everything, but what I do, because I was watching Kevin O'Reilly, I know like when you're into business more, like industries like the business and stocks, you can know, oh, I'm gonna hold off, I'm gonna add to. It's it's easier to juggle the stocks, but when you're in the business and you're investing millions of dollars into the industry, then you need to definitely know. Because I was watching some people saying certain things that might crash if he wins, certain things that might crash if she wins, just because of their policies. And that's why when I was talking to my brother yesterday. We was out there barbecuing at our spot that we be at on the weekends. He was like, he's one of the people. He don't vote. He don't. It don't matter. I told him I was there years ago. I mean, I get it. I understand where they come from, but in this game that we say we have to play it. It's just about, because we can say we don't care about this, we don't care about that. Okay, so what are you doing? That's why I always ask people, you don't vote? I'm not here to change your vote. I'm not here to ask you to vote. But if that's your strategic plan, what are you doing with not voting? Like if you say I'm not voting, but I garden, I farm, I got a manufacturing company. You know what I'm saying? If you say different stuff like that, then I get it. You got you a plan, you focus. I'm but if you just say you're not doing it because how you feel or whatever, or you don't, and it ain't about voting. It's about different things. We complain about certain things and say we don't want to be a part of it, but we're not actually doing something about it. Like if I say I don't like our kids in public school, I'm not going to sit here and cry about it every day. What do? I try to start my own school. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it got to be something that if you don't like it or you're against something, it's something that you're doing to combat it. So that's my only thing. But and I just like healthy conversations. I mess with you about it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You try to you jump in there and throw a little slug at me, man. I'm just trying to enjoy.
No, I ain't throwing slugs at all. You already know. It's just I'm just spitting my opinion. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
ain't no harm, no foul, man.
Nah. It's all good. But I get so many people that's telling me, man, I'm just ready for it to be over.
Yeah,
they say it's draining, man. I'm just ready for it to be over, man. So what do you think? Like, this is my first year really paying attention, and as a matter of fact, I did a little research, but so it's the first. Have you ever really paid attention to like the first week or two after elections? Do they normally shoot up? Do they normally shoot down? Correct. Maybe the last 2 or 3 elections or something.
After like the first couple of weeks or so, depending on right now, like if Kamala wins, right, nothing's really gonna make a significant change in the first week. If Trump wins, it will, because he has a lot more stuff in the stock market. That makes sense. He has the Trump media, he has the stuff with crypto, he has all that type of stuff. So that type of stuff will start to take off. But if Harris wins, it's not gonna be that. It won't be until she officially takes office in January and start implementing policies that those stocks in those sectors will start going up, so that's kind of how that is. And then the other stuff that he has won't start going up until January as well. So one of the things that he's like pro on is like the steel industry. So the steel industry, it might get a little bump if he wins, but it's not going to shoot up until he starts implementing those policies that gives them tax breaks, allows them to make more profit, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I get that. Man, and this is a little off subject, but I just got my first. I don't even know what it's gonna be, like a little piece or something. But I'm getting into the precious metals or something. Have you ever thought about that? Got into it or even looked at it before?
Oh yeah, I got some of that too.
Yeah, so I've been having some stock. I've been having some stocks and stuff, but I never bought like the real, like like the real physical gold or silver. So,
now I don't buy the physical silver like in gold like bars or nothing like that. Stash it away, but I do have index funds and stuff that are just gold or just silver and stuff like that I have, and that's just makes up part of the portfolio.
Yeah. I'm into a couple different gold stocks, but I just got my first little piece of physical. I don't even know how big it's gonna be. It was the smallest piece I could. The lowest amount I can buy was $350, so I spent $500. So I don't know. I'm gonna show it whenever it comes in the mail, but I'm gonna get a little safe, and I'm gonna just start, because I just start and it's not really gold. It's I feel like when you get in a certain position when you can do it, I don't feel like it needs to be nothing at the top of your list. Maybe the stocks part, but like physical is just something that I want to add to my portfolio. I always wanted to be in my portfolio, but I know that I study the wealth I study. Most people gonna have like 2 to 4% of their portfolio gold. You know, so it's just something I'm playing with. So I just want to ask you: have you ever thought about that? So it's more about the stocks with you. It's more easier. It's more.
Well, it's yes for the stocks, but gold and stuff is still a part of it, but it's in stock form, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I still invest in gold and silver and precious metals. I just do it through ETFs, index funds. So instead of me having to have it physically, I can just go on my computer and do whatever, just like I do with any of my other stocks. I don't want to have to, if something happens, I don't want to have to go to my safe, pull it out, go find somewhere that's going to buy it, sell it and do it like that. I'd rather just get on my computer, click a few buttons and boom, money's going to my account. That's how I like it. I like it easy and like it all in one spot.
And I don't even think I'm getting the gold for that reason. I think I'm getting the gold just for because I'm really a low key doomsdayer. You know what I'm saying? Like I really am. I'm a low key doomsdayer. So I'm always thinking about if this was okay. Like even the stock market, still I love it and everything. I'll be thinking of other ways. That's why I'm into the crypto. But I'm scared of that type of stuff. I'm not gonna lie because. Like it still goes through accounts and they can freeze accounts and they can hold one button and everything can be held and froze. And you know what I'm saying? That terrifies me still, even though I love the stock market, that part right there of the stock market. So I'm like, so I think the physical goal, always trying to keep some cash to the side. And that's why people, we need to go fully digital. I'm like, no, that'll be the scary. We need to keep physical cash. We need to always have a dollar bill. I hear it's going down and all that, but cash is still cash at the end of the day, And I feel like because one button, they can take everything. That's why if you talk to a lot of wealthy people, all of them got bundles of cash stashed somewhere. All of them.
You gotta have cash. I mean, I do the same thing.
Yeah,
we got cash that we keep, just in case something happens. You never know, right? Hurricanes, tornadoes, any type of natural disaster, and then what? You ain't gonna be able to find an ATM. You ain't got Wi-Fi, so you get that cash, get in the car, and roll out. Then when you get to a town that they ain't got no Wi-Fi, nothing, you still got cash. Be able to get what you and your family need. So that's what we keep it for, our emergency fund in case we got bug out and roll out somewhere. We ain't gotta worry about nothing for a minute.
So that's why I'm starting to get into the gold because of what I study for that. It's just like because cash it does depreciate, right? Gold it fluctuates, but it never depreciates. You know what I'm saying? It was the first original cash, and it's gonna be here if the dollar bill disappear, if crypto come and disappear. No matter what, gold gonna always have value, and it's tradable. Like I know, like in India. That's all they do is put their money into gold, because they come from where the banks can be just froze, or you can go to your bank account and can't pull nothing out, or the government can do funny stuff. So they're just trying to do that type of stuff. So I don't know. I think that's just a doomsdayer in me, but it's kind of fun too at the same time. Now I'm thinking, okay, every now and again I'm gonna take a little sum of a budget and give me another little piece and another little piece here and there, or maybe for my birthday buy me a little piece. So it's just something cute now. Maybe in 10 years it'll be like something like, oh, okay, yeah, I like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right now it's just something cute that I just do. It's just something fun to do, and it exercises. Like what the shirts that I got. I'm about to start pressing these shirts. Cash poor, asset rich. It exercises that mindset. How we need to start worried about the assets. We definitely, like we said, we need to keep some cash on hand, but let's have 10 times more assets than we do cash or anything else. And the assets could be stocks, it could be land. Assets are a lot of different things. So, but it just exercises. You know what? Instead of me having thousands of dollars of cash, let me have a few $1,000s of cash and a few $100 worth of gold or something. I'm just exercising that asset. Stop being scared of just letting the money go and become something else.
Yeah,
so I think that's an exercise tip for me, man. So we getting to it.
And I think one of the big things with that is most people don't know how to turn assets into more money. You know, like there's land for sale all over the place, right? People don't know how to get land and then make money off of it. So, for instance, you can right now in West Texas, you can go buy 10 acres for like $6,000. You know, and people don't know what to do with that. They'll just be like, okay, now I got a piece of land, you know, and with nothing, what do I do with it? Oh, now that's when you got to figure it out, right? That's when people got to get smart. Oh, now you got to realize that, oh, you can rent it out to hunters and they can come hunt on your land and you can charge them to hunt deer, you know, or rabbits or whatever you got on your property and start making money off that. And it's so easy. It's so easy. But people don't want to do the work.
Yeah. And a lot of people just never been taught. They work 10 times harder for 10 times less money. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of work is more about executing and using your brain in conversation instead of waking up every day, going to some spot you hate, doing a bunch of physical this and that. But we've been trained to do that. So that becomes easier, even though what you just said is a lot more physically easier and it's a lot more lucrative. But we wasn't taught that style. We wasn't taught that style of work or that style of getting money or that style of even thinking, you know? So yeah, what you just said, that most people be like, oh, that sounds cool, but I know that's hard. That before they even get into it to see if it is or not, they're going to tell themselves that it's hard already, you know?
Yep.
And that's when it goes back to like the mindset. One of our first episodes when we started out talking about mindset, because it's truly your mindset. If you can get over your own mind scaring you out of things, and of course, there's gonna be some things that fail. It's gonna be some hard times. It's gonna be all that. But if you can get through it, and I got through my first biggest drawback. What my first biggest drawback? Well, you know, when that portfolio shooting up everything green, you over there dancing. But when it go red for a couple days and you okay, dang, it went from it's $1,000, it's $800 down, it's $1,500, you know. But you have now when I see that, I love it because all I'm doing is looking where can I get in at which stock is at a level where I can buy more up at. Oh, this is a day for shopping, you know. So now I understand when it's green days, that's cool, but I need to be stashing some cash, getting ready for the red days. Because when it's red days, I'm gonna go shopping. If I see some great opportunities, it's shopping day. And now I'm at ease regardless. If it's a green day or red day, I'm at ease. Why? Because I program my mind to just see it different. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
was the risk reward thing we talked about. Like if you can't accept loss, then this is not the game for you. Like you're gonna lose. Everybody loses sometime. You just gotta make sure your wins are bigger than your losses. That's all you gotta do.
And like you say, you never truly lose until you sell. So you might lose value in it for the day. And that's one thing I had to tell myself. I'm like, because at first I used to see it go up $200-$300 in a day. I'm like, okay, I made $300 in my portfolio today. No, now I tell myself, no, my portfolio went up $300 in value, or it went down $400 in value. You know, I'm just talking about the value of the portfolio now instead of I made that today, because I really ain't made that today unless I want to sell or you know all that stuff. So until I'm cashing out, I ain't made nothing. I'm just watching the value go up or down, or I'm adding to. You know, so you know, like I say, I'm still. And that's what I love about this show, because it is not like I'm up here or you up here talking about we experts. We're still in the grind, talking about it as we go through it and discover, learn. You've been doing it a lot longer than me on a higher level, but you're still in the grind. You still adding to position. You still figuring it out. And did you check into Chris Shane? Did you check into anything?
No, not yet, but I am.
Man, I was thinking about that trap because I got something from trap one time, man. I don't know. I think it was a beginner's, but see, I don't. Is that a beginner's option course that he got? I seen it, but
jumping out the porch, that wasn't a beginner. That wasn't for options. That was just for beginner, like trading.
Trading.
Okay. Yeah, just getting in the stock market.
Yeah. But you know, I think my thing now, I just need to just keep executing and doing. Of course, I still listen to a lot of news and get better. My biggest thing I think I really need to do is get better at the news part. Like I really need to be tapped into the news part. And I think if I get better at that and keep getting these candlesticks down, I got that part of it. But it's the news and understanding of why the stocks doing what they're doing. Like today, Apple had a good earnings, I think, and still crashed or something. Yeah, they crashed right after they earnings, even though it was a cool earnings, or was it a bad earnings? I don't remember, but I know they crashed after the earnings, and just stuff like that. So it's like, why would they do that if you got a good earnings, and then you have to get into it, and then you get into the numbers, and then you see why. So it's a lot to learn, but it's more about just getting comfortable with everything. I think more than learning, it's about getting comfortable with it. Because I used to get nervous with all this stuff, and like I say, a red day, I sell everything. I ain't worried. It went down $10 up in the ceiling. You ain't gonna take all my money.
That's crazy.
But now I love it. Red days, okay, shopping days, and stuff like that, man. So I don't know. Tomorrow I'm gonna really be watching because I want to know, like that. I've been watching today. How does it look? Because in 4 years, I want to be a pro at it. I want to be able to say, I want to know weeks before it because I'm keeping up with it. And the stock market does the same thing over and over again. And that's what that's what Chris is always telling me, like rinse and repeat. Like these same things, these plays happen over and over and over again. They don't, and it go. Of course, you want it to keep adding value, but over time, but it goes to a certain point and comes down. And when I learned support and resistance, and just seeing where you see it, is keep hitting a number, and until it break through. It got when you start learning stuff like little stuff like that, it just takes it to another level. Because I used to be confused at all this stuff. I didn't know what was going on. But learning support and resistance was the first time I really opened my eyes. Like, oh, I can do this. I really can do this.
And that's the easy one. That's not even getting into the weeds. That's not the cup and tea and the cup and candle, and all the Fibonacci's that they got.
The head and shoulders and
the doubles and all. Yeah, it gets deep.
No, it does never. But like I say, once you, it's about getting comfortable with it and not letting it intimidate you. That's the biggest thing, man. Because this stuff, when you don't know it, it's just so scary, man. And then you lose a little money. You're like, oh man, it's a setup. It's this and that. Because we go into it guessing. I know I did. I went out, especially when I trained it for the first few times. I'm like, I might can do this stuff. I was just guessing. Oh yeah, it's going up. Burn. Yeah. Like I didn't even know. I didn't know why I was saying it was going up. I just guessed. And that is gambling. And that's why a lot of people think the stock market is gambling. But once you get past that, and I always heard, like, I heard a guy who was saying, he's like, most people always say that 90% of traders lose their money. And he said that's a truth, but they don't talk about the traders that make it past the 3 to 5 year mark. The traders that make it to that 5 year mark, 90% of them are winners. You know what I'm saying? The 90% of the people that lose their money in the market is the people that just jump in like I was doing, playing with it, not know what they're doing, gambling, heard something on Facebook and bought it. And then, so that's why 90% of the people do lose their money in the market, because they jump in like that. But the people that sustain themselves and really grow into it and get past that 3, 4, 5 year mark, most of all those people become winners. Once you've been in the market 3 to 5 years, you're seeing some good somewhere.
Yeah. So, you better be at least.
Yeah. You should be. You know what I'm saying? Unless I don't know what man, it's hard to. You have to be picking some bad stocks, bro. It's not too many stocks that you can be in 3 to 5 years and not see something. Like, I haven't seen none, and I'm not no expert. You know what I'm saying? I just go with a lot of stuff. I just go with common sense companies. You know what I'm saying? And just doing that right there, it should have you something.
I think the biggest thing that when people do that is they jump in with penny stocks. Because nobody wants to spend a lot of money when they first start. So they'd be like, all right, I'll throw in $10. Oh, I can get 100 shares of this right here, for 10 cents. And then when it dropped 10 cents or drop a dime or a penny, it drops even a penny, you lose 10% of all the money you had. You're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah. You're right about that. Yeah.
But they don't understand how big that percentage is. That, it's a penny, but that's 10% of every stock that you got.
Yeah.
So when you lose that, you losing each penny, you're losing 10% of your whole portfolio, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the leverage part and the balance part too that people need to learn. Everybody try to go for home runs. For a while, penny stocks was the big thing. Everybody's like, oh, getting this penny stock. If it doubles, you're a millionaire. Like, yeah, but you got to put in $200,000-$300,000 for it to, get to that point.
Yeah.
You're not putting in that much money. So you putting in $20 and it doubles to $40. Now you think you know something. So now you're gonna go to a big stock, you're gonna get your head busted. It don't work the same way, especially big stocks. They don't double like that. It takes a lot longer for bigger stocks to double, triple, and stuff like that, and plus dividends and all types of stuff. So it's a different game from penny stocks, and people need to realize that they're both stocks, but they're not the same. It's not the same game.
Yeah, the big companies, and that, I guess you're right, because that's what I'm talking from when I say it's hard to lose. I'm thinking from when you dealing with the bigger stocks and the more sustainable companies and stuff like that. It's hard if you invested into any of those over a 5-year period. I can't see you just being in the red too much.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's why fractional sharing buying was like one of the best things for especially our communities that we still haven't really took a fully advantage of it, but you haven't always been able to go buy a piece of a stock. That, you know what I'm saying? That's a new wave, and maybe like the last 20, 30 years. I don't know how long it's been, but I know
not even that long.
Yeah, I was about to say, but I know it's not always been available to go buy pieces of it and average cost in and work up to your first share. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's something we still don't take advantage of. You talk about fractional sharing, most people, they'll be like, what is that? What are you talking about? And that's why
not even just that, like just investing in general, like the whole process is so much easier. You can be in your drawers on your couch with a computer and start an account in 10 minutes. Back then they used to say you got to go to a stockbroker. They have to approve you. They got to run this. They got to run that. Then you got to tell them what you want to buy. And it takes days to buy a stock at that point. Price could be then changed, anything. Commissions were a lot more back then. Like all the stuff. Like it's so much easier now, and people still don't take advantage of it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is, and we have the money. And I had this conversation this weekend. We have the money. I don't care how quote unquote poor you are or broke you are. We have the money, because I see the poorest people waste the most money every day, and it's like you don't even have to just fully change your life. Just change the direction of 20-25% of that money, and that can change your life. Like you can still be bad with your money and just say, you know what, with 70% of my money, I'm gonna still do dumb stuff. But this 30 is going, I'm gonna invest it. I'm gonna get into this investing game. That right there could change your life in 10 years just by doing that.
Yeah, 30% is crazy, first of all. So 30%, if you can do 30%, you're gonna be really well off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Really and I say 30% because you are already blowing it anyway. It ain't like you're doing nothing constructive with it. You know what I'm saying? I would say more. You really need to do more if you already. I understand like bills and living and stuff like that. I get that, but I'm talking about the 30% of something you just blowing and doing dumb stuff with. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another thing too. Like people don't realize the older you get, the more money you got to put up to make your goals or whatever. So, starting at 20 or whatever, where you only got to put up maybe $200 a month or a check or whatever the case may be, versus when you're 40, when you got to put up like over $1,000 to get that same amount of money is crazy. The compounding interest and how long it takes is crazy. And people don't realize that. So at that point, you're never going to make it, because like now you're not going to be able to put up, $1,200-$1,300 a month when you got a wife and kids, or a husband and kids, and, or just a partner and kids, whatever the case may be, or kids in general, dogs, pets. Like you want to travel, you want to do this, you want to do that, go see family. Like there's always going to be something. There's always going to be an excuse for you to say, oh, I can't put this money up. I got to do this. I got to do that. So the sooner you start, the easier it is. Like that's been proven. That's easy.
And that's definitely a wave. I was, I've been pushing on my family. On my nephew, he already know he's not getting $1 from me no more. It's straight stocks. And I just want to start that movement with the kids. I don't know how I could do that with like kids that I mentor, but I want to start that as a real movement. Like I don't even want to pay kids no more. You're gonna get stocks, and if I see you, and I want to check your stuff regularly. If I see you selling some stocks, you just fire. You get fired by selling your stocks with me. Hey, if you want to make some extra cash, we got to come up with another hustle. But this particular job is for stocks. Now, if you want to make some cash for the day, we got to figure out something else. If you need some daily cash, when we do certain jobs, it's strictly a stock job, And I just really want to start that as a movement. I'm really gonna push that. My niece, I was talking to her last week because she came out there to work. She said, what is that? Well, you know what a stock is, you know. So we would have that conversation, and you know, kids don't know, but she's never been introduced to it. Well, she's been
Right.
around it, but you know, if it's not in your face every day, kids, you can tell kids something about it at a summer camp or at a function, they'll forget about it. If they not synced in it every day, they don't remember that
Yep.
type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But that's definitely something I want to, because man, it's just like you say, it's the time. So I'm like, man, what if I had an uncle at 14, 15 told me, you all this work you doing me, I'm not giving you no $10, $20. You finna buy stocks. I would have hated him at that moment. But when I was 30, I have a couple 100,000, I'll be loving uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know, and that's what I'm saying about raising the standard. We have to do it. And in our culture, we let the kids make the decision too much. We ask them, do they want to do it for stocks? Do you want to do it for stocks or cash? What do you think a kid gonna say? Like, what do you mean? They want to go buy some candy or some chips right now. Of course, they're gonna say cash because they've been programmed to say cash. You know, so to me, it's not no ultimatum. We can do other stuff for cash, but if certain things is strictly stocks, and I feel like that right there set the next generation of, you know, on
for
level,
sure.
You know, and I think I just have to get more creative with different ways like that, man. So before we get out of here, man, I'll definitely when you get back and settled, I want us to start talking about the stocks to the moon. You know what I'm saying? What we put together for the kids. I definitely want to do. I know I want to put that into a book, so maybe that's something we can do and just co-author a book together called "Stocks to the Moon," like a children's book. You know, and I think throughout that we could talk about we can start with like a kid, newborn, and stocks, and then by the time that kid get 20, and just talk about you know what I'm saying? We can go through a story talking about how it compounded from the 8-year-old to the 10-year-old and how these certain things. So I want to do that, and I definitely want to do the Wealth is Gangsta, fast food to wealth. So I don't know, like I say, that's something you can think about. I don't know if that should be a class or I don't know what we could do. But those are two concepts that I want to definitely do with you. And, you know, we just incorporate with the stock, but at the same time, we can co-author a book and get to some money too. You know what I'm saying? You know how
yeah.
You know,
I'm always about it. So, yeah. But I've thought about that thing for so long, man. Like if parents would just have $500 for their kid on the day they're born and buy them some stocks, like, and can sit it and not even touch it. Like how much money they'll have by the time they even graduate high school. You know, it's like I mean, I've said this on here before. If my parents would have bought like one share of Apple when I was born, Apple was 84 cents when I was born or something like that. You know, and it split like 4 or 5 times since that.
Yeah.
So if I'd have just had one share of Apple, you know, I could have had, you know, a couple $1,000s by the time, you know, my first car or something by the time I graduated high school off just that investment. So
the show don't even want to think about it. They just consistently did $50 or $100 a month while you was growing up, instead of buying me that candy or instead of buying me so many Christmas presents. If you want to buy Christmas presents, that's cool, but instead of buying me all them toys, give me half the toys and give me some stocks. And once again, and I always tell people, these kids lose half their presents 2 days after Christmas anyway. The kids, they tear it up or something, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like if you say, okay, my budget is $700 for Christmas or $1,000 for Christmas, just to have a round number. You know what? This year I'm going to give you $400 or $500 worth of gifts. I'm putting $500 in stocks. Just, you know what I'm saying? And start doing that for birthdays. And you know what? A birthday, I was going to spend $300-$400 on you. We can still go out to eat. We can still do this. But I'm putting $100 or $200 on stocks. You just find different creative ways in your everyday life, because that's my whole thing. I don't want us to look at this stuff because people always say, man, you do a lot. You be doing everything I do is my lifestyle. So I don't even feel like I'm working. I don't care how much work I'm doing or how much I'm going. I never feel like I'm working because I'm just, this is my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm hustling, I'm plotting, I'm thinking. I have fun doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some people like to go to the bars and play video games and that's not fun to me. So a lot of people be like, man, you need to do this, you need to calm down, you need to slow down. No, you need to pick up. What you mean? Like, I'm cool. Like, I rest, I meditate, I go swimming. I'm healthy. I'm good on that tip. So it ain't like I'm running myself over the cliff, but I'm very serious about the hours and the time I got to really change my life, my family lives, and really leave a legacy. I'm really serious about that. You know,
Yep.
a lot of people not serious about that. A lot of people just like whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yep.
but I'm really pressing that issue. That's something serious to me, and you know, and when you go through what I've been through and the ups, downs, the drawbacks, the learnings, the knots on the heads, and you got to pick yourself right back up and keep going, and you know,
Yep.
so and then that makes it more heightened because it's like, okay, now you're 40 now, you know what I'm saying? You done
Yep.
went through the business, the entrepreneur stuff, you done been through all that. It's time to get this thing right.
Yeah, I know, right? Yep.
You know, but at the same time, it's a common factor when you realize that no matter who you look at, most millionaires and billionaires after in their mid to late 40s to 50s. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's some people that get rich young. You know what I'm saying? But most millionaires and billionaires, and I've thought about that. I'm like, okay, it's because it's when you kind of the light bulb goes off, you kind of get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You 20s, you live in a certain way. You think 30s, you start trying to get serious and start trying to do things, but you still really don't know. So you get some things wrong and right and this and that. So by 40, you kind of then shaped everything out, and now you're really ready to go. If you really serious about it, there's a lot of people still playing in their 40s, but you know,
Yep. I can't do it.
I can't do it. It's serious time, and that's why I said, like I think on our first episode, that the things I've been playing with the market the last 4 or 5 years, that's why I'm going so hard now. I got to get all that back plus in the next 2 years, because I should have been serious 5-7 years ago, and I would already be in a different position. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I was just playing with it. I would jump in and out, and I was like more focused on business stuff. And I'm like, my business get good, then I'll play with the market later. And become a better investor later. And now I just switched that whole plan. Now I'm an investor. I'm into the market. And I do all that first. And then I got, my business helps fund that, but I'm an investor first now. I'm in everything else come after that, man.
Yep.
So yeah, I got a few little bands on my boy tomorrow, man. So we're gonna see how that go, man. Maybe, maybe that thing I bought it 13, maybe it's at 30 now, 32, maybe it'll shoot up to 1,000 tomorrow. You know what I'm saying, man? Maybe Trump Media might shoot up 1,000 and the contracts I bought, you know what I'm saying? That maybe tomorrow might be my day. Maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Retirement day, huh?
But I'm definitely ready to see what goes on. I'm ready to just study on no matter what happens, on study the reaction of the market so I can get better in it. And then that's what I use. Everything I do now, like even this last earnings. I know earnings happen 3-4 times a year, right? It don't happen every quarter. But this was the first earnings I ever really paid attention to. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I've been playing with it so long. Now I'm like a real student. So this is the first. So now I'm looking at like, dang, why would it dive after it's a good earning call? And so and I got my notebook. My mentor told me like take notes, and I realized that that's been good for me, man. Like what Tesla opened up at, what it closed up at, what Microsoft opened up at, like little notes like that on the ones that I do want to, because I don't trade. I only trade like. It's only 5 stocks I'm learning to trade with. And Tesla's like the main one because Tesla is volatile. Tesla move $7 to $10 up or down basically every day. If you're in the right position, you're going to eat with Tesla every day. It moves $7 to $10 every day up or down. And sometimes even more than that. I told you that last week it moved from 212 to 250 like that. Like somebody got into that call. That's millions of dollars if you got into that call with hundreds of contracts or something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody changed their life. So that's why I study Tesla. That's my main one that I trade with because of the volatility. But volatility is good, but it can be bad too. So it's like I'm not telling nobody to do that. I'm talking about what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. We're not your financial advisor.
Yeah, we're not. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just eager to see what goes on tomorrow. I hope I win a little money, but more than that, just studying the reaction of what these markets do and why they do it. That's the biggest thing. Sometimes we'll see it do it, but I want to understand why it's doing that. What industries did that? Okay, these policies connect to this. This is why this industry shot down or went up. So I definitely want to learn all that, man. So what you more of a long term, so you don't care. You just gonna sit back and just watch. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
I mean, I got a little bit on it, but yeah, it's for the most part, I'm just sitting back and just watching reactions. I kind of, like I said, I got my positions for both sides, for both plays to see what sectors are going to go up, which sectors people thinking they're going to go up, regardless of who's wins. So positioning myself in those, got my stops and everything. So whichever one wins, if it goes opposite, I got my stuff. I ain't got to worry about it. And then let the winners ride, Yeah. So that's my plan for that.
All right, yeah, that's good, man. Well, when you gonna be back in the States, how long you gonna be out there?
I don't know yet.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll see if you're available next week. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back on. If not, we'll make some switch ups. We'll make it work. We'll figure it out, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you tapping in. So what time is it out there right now?
It's 11:46 p.m.
So y'all just 2 hours, 3 hours. Oh, y'all ahead of us then.
Well, where I am now, I'm ahead of you.
But
usually I'm behind you. So
yeah. Okay, because that's what I thought. I thought you were talking about it was 11 a.m. I thought I was thinking it maybe morning or somewhere.
No.
I got you. All right, man. But you do your thing. Be safe out there, family, and let me know about next week, and we'll be in touch, man. And when you get back, we'll start really breaking down on this fast food to wealth and the stocks to the moon and different little things that we can bring and interact into the show, man, and keep it growing.
All right,
man. Appreciate you, family. Y'all have a good night, everybody. Like, subscribe to the channel, share, and tap in. We'll be back next Monday if everything calls for it. Peace.